Okay, this is a quick short little video on whether we should use RG6 Quad shield for our TV, HD TV, coming from our TV antenna, or should we use RG11. The difference in loss is just about a half a dB. This is a chart here. I'll just show you the chart. Per 100 feet, the difference in loss between the two. Here's the loss at different frequencies over a 100-foot span. Now the RG11 is somewhat better than the RG6. So for short distances, I say under 100 feet, but at under 80 feet, RG6 would be ideal. RG59 is out of the question. It's super high loss. Not even worth your effort. RG11 has better or less loss, so it's a better cable. So you get more signal, more bang for the buck, as they say. But the RG11 is much stiffer and harder to work with than the Quad shield. The size comparison of the connectors, here's the RG11 as compared to the RG6 Quad shield, three different versions of those. This is a crimp-on type. This crimp-on type I would probably never use at all anymore. They work, but they're not that great. That's really, to me, that's the old, outdated. The better ones, these are weatherproof. The ones, the blue plastic in here, so these are much better. These are good for indoor and outdoor, so it's a much better connector. Followed by these type also for RG6 Quad shield. These are a much better connector. These are also compression, so you need a compression tool. Here you need a crimp tool for the oldest type, this is the crimp tool for the oldest type, RG6 crimp type. And for the compression ones, this is the compression tool for the larger RG11, and the compression tool here for the RG6. These are inexpensive tools you can pick up at the Lowe's, Home Depot, online, at the Amazon, wherever. So these tools are readily available. So you make sure you get the proper tools. I also got other different various type of crimp tools for the older connectors. I always use shrink tubing on them. Makes a better seal, especially a weather seal, and it gives it a nice appearance also. Also make sure you have a good razor knife for cutting. I use a razor knife for cutting them, the cable, so I can cut it to length. So you think, is it worth it? I'm gonna try. I got these RG6 now. I got it running to a 15 dB preamp at the antenna, which then feeds into the distribution system for 4 TV sets, and they boosts it back up to 8.5 dB to each port. So I got a constant all the way around the board. I only have 1 or 2 channels that are on the fringe of the antenna, and one is just about 10 or 12 miles outside the fringe, and that comes in pretty good. But when we have certain type of weather conditions, we have fade out, and I don't know if this will make a difference when it comes to path fading, but any extra dB I can get and reduce the signal from fading out, hey, what the heck. There is a better cable than all of these if you're really on a super fringe, but it's very expensive. It's Heliax. It's 75 ohm Heliax, and it goes like $5 a foot. The connectors are about 20-30 bucks a piece. But if you're on a super fringe, and it only has a 2 dB loss, so it's better than all of these combined, but the price is basically close to $5 a foot, and the connectors are, like I said, $20 to $30 each. So that's an extreme case. I would use that, but I'm not in that situation. Well, that's it for now. So I'm going to try swapping this out once the weather gets a little bit cooler. It's about 95 degrees. So I'm going through an attic right now. It's real hot. So I'll try that out, and I'll report back to you and see what my findings are in the future. But I don't expect we'll see what happens. I'm not going to say anything. We'll see what happens. So that's it for this one. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, and catch you in the next one.